It's your girl, Felicia Cade, Miss Cade if you're nasty. And I am your guest host on Dish to Dirt podcast. They done messed around and made me the guest host today. Listen.
Oh, my gosh.
Yo, are we censored?
Nah, it's Dish to Dirt. We don't censor. Let's go.
Okay, first question.
Damn.
Have you ever?
Yeah, can we get some intros here?
Really?
I was ready to hop back in. I was ready to go. Listen, I was ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, welcome to Dish to Dirt podcast, and I would like everyone to introduce themselves.
Yo, I'm CJ, the host.
Hey, Jeremiah J. White.
Joe Kill, keeping it real.
Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna make it really difficult. I'm the only girl on the podcast today. Okay, so I'm gonna make it really difficult. Okay, so question: we're gonna start off with you, Jay. Have you ever asked a woman to play with your nipples?
Wow. No, I've never asked that question before. No, I think my nipples too hairy to answer that question.
What the fuck just happened right now? What the fuck just happened right now? We had a plan. We had a plan going in this motherfucker. What happened?
Should I have
icebreaker.
Should I have my Facebook up right now?
It's an icebreaker. Oh, Kills,
I'm
you
sorry,
married.
Kills. I'm sorry. I thought we had a plan, but apparently that shit didn't work out.
We do have a plan.
Okay, go
I was
ahead.
the icebreaker.
Oh, Felicia, you the host. Fuck it. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing.
Okay.
So, see, have you ever asked a woman to play with your nipples?
Yes, I have. Sometimes, not all the time, because motherfuckers be trying to bite shit. Like, no. I'm sorry. It's just a subtle suck.
Oh wait, my girl,
Just
my
once a
joy
while.
on IG, she said he shouldn't have to ask.
Hey.
Wait, who did you say it was? Did you say your grandma?
No, not my
That would have sounded like she said. It sounded like she said her grandma, didn't it?
Not grandma. Grandma would have been asking to picture something else. Listen, grandma was a freak.
Oh,
Lord.
Okay.
Kills. I'm sorry, man.
Nah, I said my homegirl. Okay, sorry. I'm off track. Okay.
It's all good.
Okay, we're
It's
off
all
track.
good.
We're
It's
coming
all
back.
good. It's all
Okay,
good.
we'll just have a little bit of fun on here. Listen.
Hey, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, okay. So, first topic. Okay, fellas. What is a turn on? What's your top 2 turn-ons?
I say for me, like I always tell, I love it when a girl looks comfortable. Like I know we have this whole, like some of us guys have this perception of like baggy sweats and all this stuff, and but just what I mean by comfortable, not just like look wise, but just comfortable in herself, and it's just something about that's just an added turn on for me. The second thing I would say is a turn on for me is just wit, like somebody's like wittiness, somebody able to not just make me laugh. I'm not talking about like die over laugh, but just like hits me with those good little punches of laughter, like like how you would do like I guess in the comedy you would say like a punchline, like the punchline comes through and it's just funny, but it's funny and they're not trying to be funny about it. Like the situation is just like like my girl, she'll say something like she used to say like I don't know, man, and I don't know why, but it's just like that shit was funny. I don't know. Like I would say something, she's like, well, I don't know about that, man. Like it's something like kind of like going against what I'm saying. But anyway, those are kind of like 2 things that are like actually like other than physical are like some turn-ons. Unless you were just talking about physical stuff.
Okay. What's the physical? You gotta give a physical. I mean,
I like a woman with legs. I like a woman with legs. I like a woman with a little bit of butt on her. I wouldn't be a
little
booty on her. I can't be a black man not like booty. Like I swear, like that's against the law.
I saw
like,
this booty chart once that had like all different, like 10 different kind of booties. It had like teardrop booty on there.
Yeah, there is some. I don't like teardrop. I like a nice peach bouquet. I'm not a teardrop person. Teardrop is for those people like or bikini models or some shit. I don't know, like those long back people. I don't know what the fuck. Motherfuckers had long backs and all of a sudden they have like a little cup. Like what the fuck? I felt like Kevin Hart, that long nipple for long back titty. No, Chuck. Anyway, but yeah, I like that too. And I'm an eye guy too. I love like good set of eyes too.
I'm going to just take this opportunity to apologize to my people on Facebook.
Yeah, go and apologize to your people on Facebook. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This has gotten way farther than where I thought we were going.
It's my fault. Pray for me.
But it's okay because we're talking real stuff.
Yeah, this is real right here. It's real.
Pray for me. I ain't been on the altar this week. Y'all pray for me.
Anyway,
What about you, Jay?
My turn-ons, when I love it when the girl has the shirt on that's it's like your shirt or your sweater, and she's wearing that walking around the house.
Just that by itself?
Just that by
Oh,
itself.
yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's all you need.
Girl, if you don't get your ass.
Cause you in there making some eggs. Oh shit!
Shit.
I'm in there with you, girl. Nah. What else?
You know what's so funny is that you brung that shit up. You know, because you said what you in there making some eggs, stuff like that. It's like, you know, you want to fuck in the kitchen, but at the same time it's sanitary. Like, you know, you're trying to be sanitary about the shit, and then it's like it's hard if you don't have the right. You gotta have the right kitchen to have kitchen sex. I swear to God.
Yeah,
like I'm being real. Like, you gotta have one of those nice white kitchens, like, you know, that has like an island in the middle and shit like that.
Well, because you know you can't put your girl on the stove,
Yeah.
burn the butter, you know.
Especially unless it's electric stove. Electric stove is cool because it's flat, but you can't.
but you don't know when it's hot.
Yeah, but that's true.
Listen.
That little okay, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, a little burn ain't hurt nobody. That's all.
Look at
It's
you.
like you use
Hey,
the countertop and the chest size
It's
freezer.
experience. Come
Yeah,
on,
right.
Experience.
Yep. That was some sparing shit for your ass though. Speaking of, I mean, because I'll be, you know, especially, but it's hard when you like think about stuff like that, because if you and your girl are not like the same height level, you know, it pays. Felicia, you can contest to that. Can you pretty tall
Look at me,
woman.
I'm 5'10", yo.
And so if he's not 5'9.5", can't do it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can't do it.
Well, if he
Wait,
too
no.
short-
You know, because Kill's wife is pretty tall though.
Oh,
My wife is the same height as me, but I done dated taller women.
Listen, and he done dated tall women and he ain't scared.
It's just like I climb the tree.
Excuse me. I'm gonna ask everybody a question, because y'all taller than me.
yeah.
Okay, but
Tell them kids, I can't even turn my camera around.
that's good because they don't need to see it. They too young for this. Anyway,
They too young for this. That's
as a shorter gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
I need help in the kitchen. If I got to get something off the top shelf, I need a step stool.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to say it. I may need some help. That step stool does double duty.
Oh, hello. Yeah, you're right.
I may need to get something off the top shelf.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that's right. Go in that pantry. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
So don't get anything off of Kill's countertops. Got it.
So I'm just saying that
Yeah.
your woman's height don't mean shit.
Right.
Not in the kitchen.
Right.
Not in the kitchen. Oh, shit.
Oh, what's another turn on for me? I guess I have to go physical. I'm a butt man myself. And also eyes. Like, eyes are the window to the soul. So I mean, if you
Poetry.
deep.
right? Oh, hello. No, it's not deep. It's
Girl, your eyes.
yeah. Oh, no eyes. Take some glasses off.
Listen.
No, you know, it's like is you know how everybody's wearing masks now, so you can see the eyes. So, and I was on Twitter, and some girls was like, "I can't believe this guy hit on me, and he couldn't see out of my face." I was like, "Girl, look at your eyes. They beautiful. Come on, man. Like, that's all I needed right there."
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't the one who hit on her, but I was.
Just look at the eyes.
Yeah, that's all you need. So I don't know if you guys remember, like, or not remember. They still wearing, like, what they call it, the burqas.
Which
I
one?
mean, the Middle Eastern women. What is that called?
Oh,
Is that what it's-
I know what you're talking about. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, though.
and and it's just
All you see is like maybe the tip of the nose.
Yeah.
But all you see is
But in that, I'll be like, dang, she probably bad in the
It's
mug.
the Muslim raps.
Yeah.
I forget what
So,
they call them.
Yeah.
Israeli raps.
Yeah.
Muslim Israeli rap.
But
Yeah, you're right.
what
The
I'm saying,
eyes is-
is, you know.
And sometimes it's not even just like the color. It's just like
Shape of
The
the
shape.
the
eye.
shape of the eye. I know that sounds. I don't know if that's. I guess that sound. I don't know if that
Nah,
sounds
it
weird.
doesn't. You know?
Yeah, like the shape of the eye. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it's just what it is. And then like, you know what's so funny is like, you got girls. You know, anytime you in a relationship, at some point in time, you've watched America's Top Model. Now, for some, what does Tyra Banks say? Like you got to learn to smile with your eyes. And some girls don't know they doing that without doing it. And then I was like, that's some dumb shit, Tyra. And then I actually
Really
paid
thought
attention to
about
the
it.
episode,
Yeah, like,
and then I started seeing girls like, oh shit, she's smiling with her eyes. That's just that's kind of sexy. Like, so yeah, I feel you on that one.
Okay. What about you, Kills? We married now.
Hey.
Well, he's
My wife still turns me on.
Yeah.
That
That's
part,
what I'm. Listen.
that part right
Come
there.
on, he said my. Give him a hand clap. Listen. He said, "Baby girl, you still look like the first time." That's a poem for you. Listen, you still look like the first time.
I mean, I like for a woman to have a sense of humor.
Okay.
That's definitely something, because you got to be able to laugh not just at everybody else, but you got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Another thing is, it's a level of, I don't want to say respect, because it's not the word I'm looking for is not respect. It's almost like self-care.
How she cares for herself.
Like how you care for yourself, not so much like how you do your hair, but how you just feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have that
that's
confidence
for sure.
that kind of exudes from the inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is very
to be
attractive.
you, not to try and hide yourself from somebody, but just to be you.
Right.
And then I like curves.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
You know, and I'm like, every other guy on this panel, if you got a beautiful set of eyes and curves,
Shoot.
That's
There
it.
it is.
Well,
Ladies, you heard it.
let me put it this way. Carl's met my wife. Eyes and
Hey.
curves.
Eyes and curves.
Hey.
Eyes and curves. I
Hey.
ain't saying shit. I
I ain't seen nothing.
I ain't seen nothing.
I ain't
Hey,
seen
I
nothing.
ain't seen nothing.
I look at it this way. If another man appreciates what my wife looks like, as long as he's respectful, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, that's good.
But that's confidence within yourself, number one.
Yeah.
I hate dudes who be like,
Don't look at my girl.
yeah, don't want it.
Yeah.
How do you look at
Let me look at my girl.
Bruh, what are you talking? Or he getting mad
Can
at
I
his
admire
girl.
what you admire?
I give a nigga a high five once. I ain't even gonna lie.
Or
I seen the baddest Asian girl I ever seen in my life. It was at downtown. I was working at Disney, and we were at the fucking cast member store, and I remember walking in, and I'm just like, oh goddamn. And I was like, I literally had to break what I was doing. Be like, hey, bro, is that your girl? He's like, yeah, high five. Thank you. Like, I don't know. I'm thanking you. Like, I don't care. He's like, he's just like, I appreciate it. He just started laughing. He's like, I appreciate it. And they both laughed. And they took it well. Like, I wasn't trying. I was like, I wasn't, like I said, I didn't come off being like rude. I was like, yo, yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You bad. It's cool, man. You got her. Hey, respect. And I walked the fuck away. Like, I feel like he's like, that shit ain't never happened to me before in my damn life. And I just had to. Like, there's some people like out there like, yo, you got one. Like, you feel me? Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, somebody come up to my girl and said to me, hey, man, your girl look. I'm like, yeah, she does, doesn't she? Right?
Well, thank you.
That's good.
Then you would do the beep, beep.
The beep beep.
Oh, beep, beep. Yeah.
He said the beep beep.
Yeah.
You know what I like? I think the most attractive thing on a man is his confidence.
Right.
That exudes, kind of a similar thing, that exudes from the inside out. And also his settledness. There's certain men that have like a sense of like settle in themselves. They're just comfortable in their own skin and in they self.
Word.
Yeah.
Just internally and intellectual too. And they're like intellectually.
And what's so funny,
teach
Felicia?
me something.
You know what's funny that you said that, Felicia, because there are people. I think there's a lot of men out there that think they have that and they just really don't. And and sometimes it just takes somebody else to say it to you. And you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense.
I do.
Because
it's like it's and I think it could be like a vague thing that women say, like, I like a man that's settled in himself. What we mean is like confident all around, like confident in his manhood, confident in the bedroom, confident in his ability to take care of you and to protect you, like just confident all around.
Yeah, because there's some ugly niggas out there that's getting these baddies. I ain't even gonna lie.
And it's based off of confidence.
It's based off of fucking confidence.
To have confidence to walk up to.
But you know what? But you know what though? But sometimes, but see, women, we're also attracted to, from my opinion, men that they're just really masculine too. Sometimes you have really masculine boys. I know it sounds really weird. Like you got a grown man, like he seemed like he real confident. He just exuded a lot of masculinity, but he really still like high key a little ass boy.
Right. Oh, so you're talking about like.
There's a difference. Like there's men like, because masculinity,
like
men that are masculine that are like alpha males, like they're attractive too.
Right. But that's what I was gonna say is the dude that if somebody came up to his girl was like, hey, you have a nice looking girl, what the fuck you want to fight me? Or like you know, his girl walk out the house with a skirt on. He's like, hey, what you doing wearing that skirt?
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you met me with this skirt on. What you talking about? Like, get out of
He
here.
ain't shaky.
And that's the kind of brother I find is like, well, I can hear me.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
When I'm sitting back here, I can hear me in here. But anyway, that's the kind of brother I don't understand. You know, the one that goes, prime example, and I've known a couple dudes like this. They met a girl in a strip club. They dated her for 6 months. Then they be like, well, damn, baby, you going to work? You know, wait a minute, you met this chick in a strip club.
if your ass couldn't pay to get me out of the strip club, motherfucker, then apparently I need to still work.
But my thing is it. And no, one of my friends, well, I can't say he's my friend no more.
Okay.
Because we don't talk.
Right.
But one of the guys I used to know who went through this, he was like, he had the money his girl didn't have to strip no more.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that she enjoyed what she was doing. She wasn't doing nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, she met him in a strip club. She met all of us. We went, and that's where he met her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, y'all met in a strip club. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all dated for 6 months. She was
What you
still in the
thinking?
strip club.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Why are you getting upset now?
Right.
And you know what? And even to bring that point up to your ex-friend or what you want to call on you.
Oh no, we had that conversation.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is that if anything, that's a vote that should be even better for you, because I'm saying, like, if my girl used to work in a strip club and she's still working in a strip club, you know, and I met her in the strip club, that means I had enough swag or whatever to pull her at a strip club where her main thing is to just
Make her money.
make her money and move about her business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but what you probably was scared is like, well, if I met you in a strip club, some other motherfucker can meet you in a strip club and sweep you off your feet too. But you just gotta have, you know, true confidence, you know, that your girl's not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the prior I think he fucked up as, like, he didn't have the confidence to know that, and that, like you said, inflation. That's it is, like, the confidence in somebody. That just it goes a long way.
It's really attractive, but also
I was just trying because I brought that up, but I was just trying to figure out, and it was kind of like putting a question to you two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, like I said, I'm married,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys are dating and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What changed in that 6 months? Because I didn't see no change in while they were dating. I didn't see like, oh well, maybe, you know, she was hanging out more, you know, and stuff like that. It was just all of a sudden, out of the blue, 6 months in, he changed. Like, why are you working, you know, why are you still working 5 days a week? You know,
Are you asking us to answer that on behalf of him? What could have happened?
Oh,
what do we feel? How? Yeah.
Okay, for me, thinking about that, I'm thinking, well, maybe she's picking up extra shifts. Maybe she's doing, working, private rooms more. You know, and it's like, okay, you know, a lot of stuff go down in private rooms.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, you know, there's still, if you're gonna get in a relationship with somebody, and I guess he might have been under the influence. Like, yeah, I know you're a stripper, I know you work at the strip club, but we still gonna have some. There's gonna be some borders. There's gonna be some shit. Like, I work at a strip club, babe. You know, work that pole. But do you need to do a private room? Like, do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you need to do all that?
But
she does. It's part of her job.
Yeah, that's true too.
But excuse me, I'll say is what you said earlier, where he started to probably think, if I pulled you at the strip club
after 6 months though.
Still,
yeah, I think but also I think it's either that or it's this. As guys, I mean, as people, we get kind of possessive. We're like, all right, this is my lady, this is my guy. I don't want anybody else seeing her, touching her, and you know for a fact
that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. Dudes are there seeing her and probably touching her, even if she doesn't. You know, you're not supposed to touch them, but you know, sometimes some strippers let you touch them, some don't. Some let you touch certain areas, some don't at all. But you know what I mean? So now all that's playing in your head, and you're getting madder and madder. Probably ain't said nothing when it first happened. You know, probably was thinking, all right, this ain't gonna last that long. Then start lasting. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's good too.
Shit.
Yeah,
like, and you're getting so heated, madder and madder and madder until you're like, yo, you fucking can't go I don't want you working there no more.
Yeah, because you working, you're working a night shifts. I mean, all you're doing is working night shifts. So if I want to, continue, like if we're dating, I'm trying to take you out to dinner. We're trying to go do something like, at night, but you got work to do. And it's like, babe, I'm trying to take you out. I'm trying to like wine and dine you or whatever. But now I can't do that shit because you continuously being at the club. I mean, so what we gonna do? You know what I mean? Because Friday, Saturday, that's your days. You at the club. I mean, everybody know that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that's strip club night. Right. So, but also everybody know too. I don't know what your friend's job situation was like, but if you worked a regular 9 to 5, you want to go out at night with your lady, take her out to a dinner, soiree, a family gatherings. You know what I mean? That might happen in the evening. And no, I can't. And you gotta tell your where your mom at? I mean, where your mom at? You gotta tell your mom where your girl at? She was like, she at work. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, so that has to play a lot of it. When it was probably good because it was still in like that puppy dog phase in that 6 months. But when shit started to get real about, I want a real relationship and I want these aspects, that might have freaked her out, not him, and be like, yo, you met me here. So obviously I'm still going to work here because I need the money or whatever the case may be. And someone want to be really independent and do that. But I also was going to say too, is on the short end, not everybody, I'm not saying this is your friend's case, but on the short end, he could have been fucking with somebody else at the strip club. I mean, on a rare occasion, he could have been fucking with somebody else at the strip club.
But how would that have made him mad that she was there? Well, I guess.
Well, not mad, but saying like, you don't need to be at the strip club no more, and because you might run into the motherfuckers that he fuck with at the strip club. It might not have been a stripper. It can have been a female even going to the strip club.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But so what I'm
sorry, a woman.
So what I'm gathering is, well, from just the information you guys are giving me.
Yeah.
It probably was more than likely that they were just dating and he wanted to get more serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
that's what I'm thinking.
And that's where the arguments started to ensue.
That's what I'm thinking. Because we talked about that on a podcast before about career, right? We
career
did that
versus.
Too. So.
And really how that affects the relationship.
Okay.
And what is... Oh, I didn't say my physical turn-ons. Okay. It's going to be weird. Okay. Hands.
Oh, sorry.
Hands. Men that have really masculine hands and shoulders. I typically date athletic men. So like, a nice like shoulder build, masculine hands.
Masculine hands.
See, honey, you have
but delicate touch. Masculine hands, but delicate touch.
Yep. Strong man.
See, honey, you have nothing to worry about.
Look. But okay, so turn offs.
Smoking, it's a big turn off for me. I'm sorry. I mean, if it's an occasional thing, it's whatever. You want to smoke a joint occasionally. I'm not tripping, but I mean, if it's like
a 2-pack a day.
Yeah, I can't do that. And the other thing that I have a few turn offs. That's funny as you said.
Was it cigarettes? Cocaine.
Drugs, whatever you want to call it. but my other thing is too is like it's a turn off to me when a woman's not like I don't want to use this like this because I think it's gonna sound bad, but educated, and I'm not saying educated where it's like book smart, but just like not. How do I say this, Jay? How do I say this, Kills?
Ain't no way to say it.
There's no way to say it, but just not
educated.
There's a way to be. There's a way to be hood smart and not hood. Does that make sense?
Yeah, street smart.
You can be street smart, but not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how else to say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love a woman with a great intelligence. You know what I mean?
And like a woman with a head on her shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but I guess purpose. Like we talked about purpose. Like if you have no drive, no purpose, then it's very hard to be attracted to that. Yeah. And that has to come with a person that has a good head on their shoulders, that is intelligent enough to know certain things. Like, it's so funny because I was talking, so I was talking to this one girl, and I was like, I love going to, the theater. You know what I mean? It's nothing like dressing up and going to the theater. It's like, why would you dress up and go to the movies? I said, oh shit, I don't know if this is gonna work. Because you couldn't. Like, no, I mean, like, the theater, like, like, plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, okay, that was the response. But I mean, I understand. I know that doesn't sound like it sounds stupid, you know.
It doesn't sound stupid,
but for a woman, for me who understands that and can read, but like really read the conversation, because I said I like dressing up to go, because you don't say that when you're going to the movies,
and that's why she asked you.
What? I guess so, Kills. That's where you want to go.
I would say you can't get mad at somebody asking a question. Like, because they don't know. You
I get. Right. I mean, yeah, it's true.
And the only reason I'm defending her is because you said, I like to dress up to go to the theater. In today's day and age, I'm gonna go see the movie at the theater. I want to go see the movie at the drive-in theater.
Yeah.
We use that word too loosely, where that word used to mean plays, operas, concerts, stuff like that. Now we use it for everything. So for her to say, why would you want to get dressed up to go to the theater? It's kind of it's an excused response.
Yeah.
Choked you up a little bit over it?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, for you that's a dismissal just because. Mm-hmm. But it's a legitimate question.
That's true.
And what about you, Jay?
Man,
I have some more, but I'll come back.
Right.
We'll come back to you.
So one of mine is kind of like Carl's, but I don't like stereotype. Like, so if you, so like let's say, like
I know that's what I was gonna say too. That's the funny part.
And I mean, but that could be stereotype for anybody. So like, if you're a white woman,
you don't want a bimbo.
I don't want you like, oh my God, like.
You don't want a valley girl.
Like no, you don't want a valley girl. Like that's
the stereotypical valley girl.
Yeah, I can't, like, if you're
or seagull. Sorry.
What is that?
OC girl.
OC girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, if that's your stereotype and you sound just like your stereotype and you're doing stuff just like, I'm like, oh, this is irritating. So like, if you're a black girl and you're super hood and you're like, it's
always talking with your hands.
Well, not even that, but it's just like, oh my God, like it's like
the beatbox.
Yeah, it's like, yo, chill, relax. Because I think I could tell that. And also, when it's not authentic too. So like somebody like Tiffany Haddish, who is hood, but it feels like it's authentic. I feel like I don't think I could date her, but I can at least hang out with her a little bit.
You hang out with her
more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead.
So and also, so if you're not authentic, if I feel like you're not authentic, you're just doing it just to do it, then it's like, yo, you're trying to be cool with it. Like, ugh, that's a turn off.
Physical turn off.
Physical turn off.
Teardrop booty.
No booty.
You never let that teardrop go nowhere. Huh?
This is gonna sound bad, but whatever is my truth. I try to live in my truth. Is
no judgment, Jay.
Right, no judgment.
I know where this is going.
No judgment to these people. Hear that?
I like. I don't like a woman who's not physically fit. I guess to say the least. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so you don't like fat women?
I don't like fat women.
Well, we got a scale because that's the thing. We got to go to the scale, right? There's a scale. There's like anorexic.
No, I don't like anorexic.
There's skinny.
I can do skinny.
Right. Then there's like slim.
I can do slim.
And then there's athletic.
I love athletic.
Then what they call
normal average.
I can do normal average.
Thick.
I can do thick.
And after thick, there's
thick.
It's
so it sounds like it's like too much stomach.
There's thick. Then there's a little extra.
Yeah, which is like
hefty, and then there's BBW.
See, once you get into a little bit extra, I'm like, yo, hold on now.
Like, okay, so
wait a minute.
I think to put this in perspective.
You're pushing my limits. We're going to have to hit you on the treadmill. I'll go with you. Don't trip.
I'll go with you.
I ain't trying
but at least you going to go with her.
Yeah. I'll be with you. I'll be right there with you. Like, I ain't perfect.
Jay like the one catch you in the kitchen and smack the burger out of hand. You don't need that. Right. You don't need that.
I ain't going to smack it out your hand, but I'm going to look at you weird. Like,
you don't need that.
Word.
What we
doing? Okay. That's what we doing?
You don't need that.
Okay, let me get it.
You don't need that.
So it's a mental slap in the burger.
Yeah, it's like you don't need that.
You're going to start to eating up.
Hey, Jay, I think you should put in perspective a little bit more for Felicia. And if you had to describe like a celebrities Like in your level of like I would and you wouldn't because of the physical aspect of it. Well, who would you say?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of who's a celeb. I can tell you this: one of my turn-ons is like an athlete, but I think that's just because I grew up
Like
playing
Oprah,
sports.
what's that? What's Oprah?
Oprah is a no. Oprah's
That's
a
'cause
yes.
it's
Oprah's a yes because she's Oprah, but she's a no because
of her size.
of her size. Right.
What
yeah.
about what about the
Actually,
Venus or Serena?
Oh well, both of them because they're both
They're athletic.
they're athletic.
But she's
and
kind of like. I guess she was on the thicker side. She's not really skinny. She's on the thicker side.
But he said
But
thick. He said he do thick.
Yeah, he do.
Thick.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I said
You're right.
thick, and I said athletic. And
Yeah, that's straight
Serena
both.
is
They both athletic.
Thick
athletic.
athletic.
Yeah, she's thick athletic. Like when she's running around in that
Yeah.
skirt, and boy, you be like, damn. Yeah, I actually like 6-pack abs on the women like that. Like because I grew up running track,
yeah.
so I seen it all the time. It's like so it's
I'm
nuts
trying
to
to think
me.
who's a thick. What's about that girl?
trying to-
Oh no, what's her name? She had that song. Duh, that's so stupid to say that. The one that dressed all wild and out at that damn NBA game. She had like a thong on at the NBA game.
No, I know what you're talking about.
What's her damn name?
Yes, you do. You know.
You know her name.
She's a singer.
She's a singer.
Oh my god.
She had that song.
Oh.
One man gonna be great.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my god.
I got a
I know you
DNA test drowned out. 100% that.
I know who you're
Sorry.
talking about, but
What's in that? But no,
Could
she's,
have been
but
a
see-
bad bitch.
but see, that's
So you don't remember the song?
But see-
It's a good song though.
for me.
I remember
For
that.
me, her size wasn't the turnoff for me.
was it the
It was the fact that she felt like she didn't care about her look,
Mm,
Your image.
her image.
her image.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying you can't wear. I'm not saying as a larger size, full figured woman. I'm not saying you can't wear nothing tight.
right.
By all means, if it works for you, it works for you. But as
Fuck
your
that
man,
being your means. Okay, go ahead.
but as your man, as somebody looking to date you,
Mm-hmm.
for me, the way she looked, I'd have never spoke to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
There's a way to do
Lizzo.
it.
Lizzo.
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 But yeah, no.
Lizzo's a hard no or no?
Lizzo's a hard no. But
Okay.
here's the funny thing about
But see,
Lizzo.
Lizzo's a hard no for him physically. Lizzo's a hard no for me because that's one of my turnoffs that you don't take care of your look.
Yeah.
Got you.
See, here's my thing. Because what we're talking about, like when she was at the Laker game and she had a dress on and the ass was out.
Yeah.
Like that's a bad look at a Laker game.
Yeah.
But when
That's
she's
a bad
on
look anywhere.
right, but when she was on when she was on stage, she did a show and she had like almost
Saturday Night
a
Live.
similar.
I think it was Saturday Night Live.
I did not seen a similar thing. And I was like, go ahead, Lizzo, you out here working, do
Now-
your thing. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get mad at her for doing something that like Rihanna would do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just because Rihanna's slimmer. And that's a good. Well, I take Rihanna both ways.
Yeah.
Slimmer
Rihanna
or
can get it
thick.
everywhere.
Because she got slimmer and she got thick.
Rihanna can get it anywhere. I ain't gonna lie. That's
But
my.
I'm just saying, like when you're on stage and on stage she twerks, I was like, okay, I get why you're dressed like that. But when you're at the Laker game, I was like, yo, put on your shirt, dress, please, and rock that shit.
But there is some people like for some reason like Tiffany Haddish doesn't do it for me physically, but and just maybe her persona. She like that cool homie though. Like she need that just a homie. Like she the ride or die. You know what I mean? She like
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with you. But I'm gonna butcher her name right now. But I just recently like really got into her. Is Janae Ako.
Janae,
I saw it.
Janae,
Like she don't have like no like physical features that are like pop.
Right.
But
she's just bad.
she just bad. Like her sexuality and then just her the way she does
The
her
way she carries herself.
carry
Yeah,
herself. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Comfortable
yo.
in her
Right.
sexuality and
But like
sexuality.
saying like a person like I said on the other end of the spectrum who's a singer that even at the same body type like I'm trying to think of damn I'm lost right now. I come back to that but yeah I'm sorry. I digress.
Okay, what about you, Kills?
Well, like I said, a woman who doesn't carry herself well,
Yeah.
is a complete turnoff for me. As well as a woman who isn't confident.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no confidence is
Yeah.
A jealous woman can be real ugly.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know,
Insecure.
Yeah.
and insecure. Yes. As far as physical looks, for me personally, I think any woman, like I said, who is confident in herself,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind dating. Now, as I said before, Lizzo, the way she was dressed at the Laker game,
Yeah.
that's not
Right.
That's not an attractive feature for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am also. I don't want to say I would not, but if I had to do a celebrity, married to Dwayne Wade.
Oh, Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
Bad. But to me, she's gone closer to the too thin for me.
Mm. Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't have a problem dating a thin woman if I was single.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a point where it's like you're too small.
Yeah.
For a woman your height.
It's fun.
Too small.
It's
fun.
But yeah, that's all it is.
For a woman at a certain height,
Yeah.
you should have a certain thickness to you.
Yeah.
Don't put
I
no extra
feel
meat
you.
on your bones, girl.
You know,
There's a I don't know her name, but she's on Swamp Thing, right? I don't know if you guys seen that show.
No.
But I'm trying to look her up. But she's too thin. Like, and she's a pretty girl. Like, in the face is pretty, but she's like too.
she's
thin.
gone to that.
Like,
to that area. But like for me, you know, like Lucy Liu,
Yeah.
Okay.
she's thin, but she's short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you've ever really seen her, she's not as tall as the movies actually make her out.
Yeah.
She's really short. So for her size, her being thin is not unattractive.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't want to say. I'm not saying that Gabrielle Union's unattractive because she's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I said, to me, her size compared to the way she
Now,
looks.
question.
Yeah.
Now, since we're talking about like physical appearance, do you think? And I did recently do some traveling, and I was in Ghana, and I realized that what African men found attractive, American black men wouldn't have found attractive.
That's not true.
Now,
It depends
but
on
it
the
was just
American black
different.
man.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, yeah, it's just different. So
But
what
I
I'm
get
saying
it.
is that
Culturally, it's gonna be different.
Culturally,
how do you think as men, how has society and how you grew up like in America affected what you're attracted to? Do you think it's affected the beauty standards for women?
I don't know if I truly understand your question, but
How is your
I can
upbringing
answer it.
affected? How is your upbringing in America affected what you're attracted to? Affected?
okay. Well, for me, I would say it played a big role for the simple fact of how I was raised and where I've been raised in. I was raised in predominantly Hispanic culture, and not just but I had growing up in high school a lot of white friends. So I grew up liking white girls. I grew up liking Hispanic girls, and the black girls were the ones that were like not my cup of tea because of the fact that there weren't too many where I was at. And then if I was still attracted to them, but even though I was attracted to them, because I wasn't quote unquote black enough to they wouldn't like accept me fully. So I kind of like digressed from dating a lot of black women. It wasn't until I got older where I actually got outside the comfort zone, like okay, not comfort zone, but get outside that and started dating women who didn't see me for that. They just like saw me as a regular guy. And like yourself, I have done some traveling too. And I can't speak on from the African standpoint with the black man out there, but just noticing when we go to other places, especially like Japan, we're like just because we're black, we're very exotic to them. You know what I mean? And so just feeling that, I don't want to say feeling the love because I can't say you can say that with the Japanese Chinese people. It's like feeling the love, but the appreciation, even if it was just because we were a rarity, it was still like a certain appreciation about it. But back to your original thing, being here in the U.S. and being that I was raised in to me, I thought a diverse situation, which like having a lot of white friends, having growing up in the Hispanic area and being part of these different places, my range of the women I liked spanned, to different races. So, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think mine is slightly different, but it's I noticed growing up that I was attracted to, and I think it's society based. You know what I mean? Because the same thing happened with me. is I was more attracted to lighter skinned women, or like when it came to like black women, right? So dark skinned women didn't get as much as my attention, especially when I was younger. Not because I didn't find them necessarily attractive, but it was like that society.
Yeah, you used to seeing certain thing on TV.
Yeah, yeah. And then when I got older, I was like, oh, well, these dark-skinned women, they just as bad. You know what I mean? Like, and I knew it. It's just that was one of those things that you go, oh, well, this, you know what I mean? Excuse me. And it was, which is funny. I'm still, I guess, the middle ground is like what I like the most, actually. But when it comes boil down to it, you know, dark skin, light skin, anything in between. If you fine, you fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I find, you know, other races attractive too. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, I just never dated outside of my race. Never had a girlfriend outside my race besides like elementary school when I dated this little Mexican girl, a Hispanic girl. But that was it.
Well, you know what? I just want to piggyback off that real fast. Is the fact that you mentioned, like, okay, so when growing up in America, you know, I feel like the biggest thing that is like, you know, you mentioned TV, Felicia, and stuff like that. Is America, a lot of stuff is based off of sex, and sex sells a lot in America.
Right.
And so when you think about some of the heavy duty commercials and all that stuff that was surrounding sex,
true.
it was predominantly white, you know, women.
Yeah.
And, you know, with the hint of some black girls in there. Not too many Hispanics on like commercials or anything like, to at least, you know, when you see all Maybelline commercial, you didn't see, you know what I'm saying? You didn't see like little, you know, and then you had shows growing up, kind of like Baywatch for predominantly white girls. You know, when you talk about like old school shows that you watch, like I said, one of my biggest ones was Boy Meets World, and Topanga was my bitch. Like that, no, she was solid. I like
Topanga.
Got real hood for a second. You know what I'm saying? But she was really that was my girl. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like so, and then like you grew up, you seeing Laura Winslow. You know, so the stuff that you would see was like that because the sex of it sold, you know, and they focus on some of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like when you saw like your high school teen drama shows growing up, like that TGI Friday lineup growing up, you think about, you know, or not even just TGI Friday, but I'm saying like, oh my God, Saved by the Bell. And you see those group of girls in Saved by the Bell. Like sex sells a lot here. And I fear if you're in like a place like Africa, the only thing you have is black women to see. You know, if you're going to see it on the media aspect of it, you know, now it's probably a lot different, you know, because of the fact that there's, you know, internet's gone obviously global, right. But it's, you know, there's more things out there, and you see a lot more black Americans on TV than a lot of other races too. So to answer your question more with the TV aspect and just kind of picking off what Jay was saying, like I think that also does play a big role too, but just that sex sells a lot more in America than I think that does in other places.
You want to know what's funny though is even as a kid, I didn't find white women as attractive as black women though. Still,
okay.
Like let's take Power Rangers, right? Second season,
had a good childhood.
You know, really, I will say I can honestly say that my my parents and they were like pro black kind of, so it was. So I got a lot of, you know, like. You know, you get like coloring books. It'd be like whatever superhero or whatever cartoon is out. Like I was getting coloring books of like black leaders and black women and stuff like that. So
that's a whole other podcast. Growing up pro black,
right? Exactly. But like so, let's take Power Rangers because Power Rangers had they had Kimberly and they had Aisha, right?
Second season.
On the second season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Trini in the first season. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was this. I was always like Aisha. I was like, damn, Aisha way better than.
That's because Aisha had butt. Neither one of the other two did.
Right,
that's
exactly.
true. That's how you know.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, that's so funny. That's how you knew it was a stunt double too in that shit.
Yeah, because
like
her
you
ass
lost ass.
disappeared.
What the fuck happened? You lost your ass.
I'm
Lisa's like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
I'm sorry I had to bust that bubble for you.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realize that as a kid. Then
I thought she was better on there too. Though I thought she was better than.
And I thought Kimberly was cute.
Kimberly was cute, but she wasn't as bad as.
Yeah,
she was.
She was cool. You know, get with Jason, but.
And I want to say that was the last. Until recently, probably one of the last black girls that was a Power Ranger.
Well, it was Aisha. Then after that, it was another black girl.
Way down the line, but she wasn't as good.
No, it was one right after Aisha.
Yeah,
Was it? It was
right after.
She was the real tall one.
I don't know.
She was darker skinned, right?
Yeah,
like,
she was darker
okay.
I just found this out like recently because I actually stopped watching like after the movie. I just stopped watching.
He stopped watching after Aisha left.
yeah, when she was going out,
pretty much, right?
I'm out of here.
So we ain't getting paid. Oh, fuck this.
Right. But I think they had other black.
It's only been 3.
No, there was another one. I think she was a Pink Ranger recently because my son watches.
Yeah, that's she's the recent one.
Okay,
but I think there's maybe in 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
But
so we need to pick that up then.
Yeah, we need to.
Out of so many seasons, we only had 3 or 4.
Yeah,
black.
no. Yeah.
I mean, we can go a whole different podcast.
Right. As far as my upbringing and everything like that, because I grew up when you guys were born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, like you were saying, though, on television, it was mostly white women, very few black women. That's why we celebrated Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks, because they were women of color who made the cover of magazines that we were not supposed to make the cover of.
And Tyra Banks was bad on Fresh Prince. Just want you to know that. She was
Tyra
bad.
Naomi Campbell was bad, too.
You know, my aunt going over to Kenya and stuff like that to be a missionary recently, but we got information like that, because we were my family is very know your roots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So unlike most people who go know your roots, when they say know your roots, they mean know your African roots.
Yeah.
My family is know your roots, everything about your roots, where you are from. Right. So for me, it was like I never had that gender bias.
Gotcha.
In my household. It was more of the fact of love who you love, regardless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you did get teased if you brought a white woman home.
Yeah.
Or white, as a female in the family, if you brought a white man home, you got teased. But it was all out of love.
Yeah.
Right? So for me growing up, I noticed the difference once I got older. What African, like you posed a question, African, in certain parts of Africa, your size meant
wealth and prosperity.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to see that because I had several teachers coming up that were, especially one of my college professors, but even through high school and junior high school, I had teachers who were the pro-black, stuff like that. And they were like, oh, this is what, we went to Africa. This is what we saw. And they showed us pictures and everything like that. But for me, it was never your skin color.
Yeah.
It's never been a skin color thing for me. Did I date black women? I had a black girlfriend, yes. I had a white girlfriend. I had a couple of white girlfriends because they took interest in me. Mm-hmm. Coming up, I was one of those kids where I was like, if I had a girlfriend, great. If I didn't, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But these were friends that showed interest in me that we took that next step.
Yeah.
So when I got married, I married a black woman. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't because it was...
I just had to add that. Can we get a hand clap on that? Can we get something? Something. Yeah. Something on that.
But it wasn't because society said, you're a black man, you should be with a black woman.
Yeah.
I married a black woman because that's who I am in love with. That's who completed my circle of what I wanted.
Yeah.
I could have married a white woman and had the same scenario.
Right.
I do say that the only person or nationality that I had not dated was Indian. And I don't mean Native American, I mean Indian East as Indian. East Indian. Mm-hmm. But you date to find the person you're supposed to be with.
That's that's how it's supposed to be.
Now
people don't be doing that.
But see, that's letting society dictate who you are with.
And but I think it's the individual pursuit because it depends on because what you go into the grocery market looking for determines your experience. You know what I'm saying? To me, what you go looking for determines your experience, and most people.
So you don't believe that a person could go to the grocery store looking for Roma tomatoes and pick up squash?
Actually, you make a strong point. Actually, yeah, could see something else that could run into something else that makes them think differently. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it's more based upon how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And if you want to go with society's dictations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all. Because like I said, only nationality I didn't date was East Indian.
Mm-hmm. And that's partly because you grew up in the Valley, though, too.
Well, I went to school in the Valley.
Went to school in the Valley, yeah.
But I had the same options everybody else had because I grew up in L.A.
Yeah.
I went to an elementary school in L.A. Most of my friends were in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Until I established myself in the Valley. And even then, where I went to school, it was a lot of Hispanics, a lot of blacks, very few. The whites were the minority.
Mm-hmm.
We had, and they were actually a lower number of whites than they were Asian and Hispanic.
Oh, wow.
So for me to go to a school, to both my junior high school and my high school, to go, damn, I done dated 2 white women, and they were the minority.
Right.
But you did bring up something culturally, because I don't really know, to just piggyback again, Felicia, when you talking about the whole African thing, is, you know, I feel like in Africa, when I did African American studies in college, the one thing they did say was about, you know, a woman's size did dictate how much wealth and prosperity they had. And so I think, you know, now that's not the main reason why they date, you know, thicker women in Africa, but I think it plays back to their cultural roots on how that came up with tribally wise.
Right.
Which is also funny, which plays a part in us, like in thicker women as African American, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you look at a white guy date somebody, typically he likes a more slender woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to us, we do like hips and ass and tits and, you know what I mean? Like we like curves.
Curves.
Yeah. So we've taken a step. I feel like we take a step further, but I feel like if you're talking about like what's the difference between African men and American men, it's the fact that they're just more home to the original thing of, well, this woman is, you know, she eats better, she, you know, because she's not thin, she's just thick, and she looks better because of the fact of, you know, culturally that's how it was established for them back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know,
And
that's something.
And a lot of different cultures, like Jay brought up, how white men, they prefer a slimmer woman, which is actually leaving that stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, back in the day, even Native Americans, Africans, all the other nationalities, they decided that when as their cultures were coming out and coming up and everything like that, you wanted a woman with wider hips,
Yeah.
you know, thicker thighs, because those are what they were called, childbearing hips.
Right.
Those women you knew were going to supply you with heirs to your family.
Yeah.
Can I? I'm sorry. I'll let you finish. Go ahead. Finish. I was something out there.
No problem. But, you know, and that's where our society really hasn't changed as far as black African Americans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We haven't changed from that because that is what we look for. Think about it. Women who don't have those wide hips, do not have those thick thighs, there are African American women, they go out and get them.
Right.
White women, what are they doing? They're going out and getting ass.
Right.
They buying ass. If it ain't homegrown, they out there buying ass.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that's just what they doing.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk.
Okay.
That's actually what I wanted to say. Is that's actually a turnoff for me.
I was about to say the same thing.
That's a turnoff for me that a woman buys.
It bought a booty.
Yeah, she bought. It don't even fit her body.
That's a problem.
Like,
That's a problem.
Now, there's a lot of girls out there that got shit that look right after they get the surgery done, all that stuff, but still, it's like, once I found out it was fake or implant, I'm like, God, I just don't look at it the same. If I did.
To me, it feels like you didn't have enough confidence in yourself to be
who you are.
Right. And I was in...
That's how I feel about men who go to the gym and skip leg day.
It's good.
They just go.
Oh, you mean brothers like this?
Yeah, they go in there, but they'll never do no squats. They ain't doing no squats. They ain't doing no nothing.
Listen, because they know all women look at
That's a lie.
is here and up.
You didn't mention that. You didn't say you like a man in legs, did you?
Yeah, you said.
You didn't say that. You said my
hands.
shoulder, back, and all that stuff.
Okay.
Did you not say that,
Felicia?
Felicia? Did you not say that, Felicia?
Okay, you got a point, though.
Felicia said, I like a
You
man who
gotta
can
put
crush
one
a soda can full of soda.
And then
Crack
rub
it
my
on it.
back
And then
gently.
rub my back gently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen.
See?
Didn't say nothing about.
Cracking on your
Didn't
head.
say no damn legs,
Didn't say
nothing like
nothing.
that.
Didn't say nothing about squatting.
Okay,
baby.
first of all, I ain't gonna lie. Mention them turn-offs. Men with women hips.
Oh,
What?
Men with women hips.
Men with women hips.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it,
I've seen it.
if I had to say, yeah.
Men with
But
lady
if you a
thighs.
fella out there with if you a man out there with women hips, I'm sorry.
If you're a man out there with skinny jeans, I'm sorry.
You know.
If you're a man out there that drinks a White Claw, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just going down all this
Women
shit
hips.
that should be turned off for women.
And unsure. Like,
Well,
you know, a man to be like,
if
well, when he want to take you out, he asks you like, where you want to go?
Wait, now
Wait,
hold on.
no.
Wait.
See, there you go.
Where you want to go?
This is.
I want to take
where-
you out, but where you want to go?
I've heard this is the thing, because I get what you're
men that
saying.
take charge and that can make
Right,
decisions.
right, but that's
he
not
ain't-
what
but
he's not doing.
he's
He's
not-
not doing that. That's what women mistake
Thank
men
you.
for doing. They
For being weak.
For being weak, yeah. No, what he's doing, because he may go have like 3 or 4 ideas. And you go, well, I have this, and this. Which one do you want to do? Then you go, that's when we go,
He can't make a decision.
He can't make up a decision. No, I had 3 decisions. I have
Or-
3 decisions.
Or here's one. Me and you've been dating for, say, almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
We done hit all your little hot spots, stuff you like to do.
Yeah. You know what I like.
Our anniversary is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But now, there's 3 places I know you would love to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you I got these 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to ask you, baby, where would you like to go for your anniversary?
It don't matter.
But yet, if I take you to one place and you want to go to another place, you did matter.
Right.
No, I'm not that type.
No.
That's
But
the problem. There's a lot of women out there that is that
Right.
type.
But that I'm not saying.
But I think I think for us it's because it's I like a man that's sure. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
I'm not.
And then
I'm
he
not
shows
being,
that.
I'm not being unsure. I'm trying to get.
Considerate.
I'm being considerate of
Yeah,
your emotions, but I'm also doing something that 1, 2. I got 1, 2, and 3. I can pick any of these 3, but it is not my anniversary.
Okay,
It's
but
our-
let me ask you a
our
question. You
anniversary.
ask,
It's our
but there's.
I'm not
I
being
think-
weak.
No, it's not being weak. It's just like I think this is when we like men that are they're sure that know what. You know,
That's
that
not-
pay,
that
that
has
are
nothing to
sure,
do
but
with sure,
that
though.
also
That has
pay,
nothing to do with
pay
sure.
it does that men that pay attention. You know
But
what I mean?
but listen.
But also,
But see, I hear what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, and now when I've heard that so much, and now I don't even ask a woman for her preference. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I'm going to choose, and if you don't like it, then you're bad. Like I had these options for you, but you didn't want those options. You didn't want me to go.
but then
hey,
again,
which
when
one
I
do you
think,
want?
okay, but then again, now I'm thinking about it, okay, especially
Well,
on the first few
look,
dates, though.
Here's what's gonna
Now that I'm
be. Now,
thinking-
Felicia, now
Yeah.
every day it's like, hey, let's go axe throwing right now. We're gonna go throw some axe.
Okay,
Like,
let's
what
go
the
throw
fuck
some
is-
axes.
What is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, now we're gonna go to this. We're gonna go to Frank and Sons. You like,
Okay, but let me
all right,
ask you a
well,
question. Okay, but when you but as men, when you're making the decision, like for example, like okay, we're gonna go out to eat. When you're making the decisions, are you asking because you don't know what she wants?
No.
Or you're asking
No, we're asking legit
being
to be considerate of
Mm-hmm.
your feelings. That's why men go, "What do you want?" It's never most of the
That's why
time.
most men.
Most men,
Most men,
yeah,
yeah.
I should say most men.
Yeah.
Most men ask.
Okay, what
because
kind of man are you? Are you the okay? What kind of man are you? Are you the make the decision man, or are you the ask what you want?
I'm both.
I mean,
It's
both.
both. It
It's
depends on the situation.
It
number one.
depends. It depends on the situation. It depends on the timing in the relationship. Like I can go from a married perspective. I ask my wife, and I'm actually no, I'm not even gonna use
Like
me.
what's she in the mood for?
I'm not even gonna use me. I'm gonna use my parents, which is funny as hell. Every day, not a day goes by when my father will go, "Honey, what would you like for dinner?"
Daddy asked that.
Daddy asks it. Daddy does the cooking, just like I do the cooking in my
What?
house.
Listen,
We'll ask, "What do you want for dinner?"
I know Daddy get
every
whatever he
night.
want. Daddy get whatever he want.
The problem is, my mother goes, "I don't know." She can never give him an answer.
Okay,
But is that his fault? Is he being? Are you saying that
Okay.
he's being not the man that she should have, or are you saying that he shouldn't be asking? He just go in the kitchen and cook.
Oh.
My thing is this, because my dad can pretty much cook anything she asks him to cook.
Mhm.
He is asking her, "What do you want for dinner?" Because at a certain point, he's gonna just cook whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just has to eat it.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I gotta say something, man, because I feel like, and Felicia, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I feel like I study Felicia language. What Felicia is trying to tell you without telling you is that, one, how in tune are you with your spouse, where you should already know
like you
what
already
she
know what I'm
wants.
gonna say.
I already know what Felicia gonna say.
Well,
That's
I'm
the
saying, when
thing.
you in the bedroom, do you say like, well, how do you want it?
Well, also that depends on the situation too, because I may be saying that just to be saying that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, girls, it's all about you tonight.
Yeah.
What do you want? I know what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want. I just want you to tell me what you want. You know what I mean? But then most of the time, I'm just like, hey, I'm going down here. I'm going up here. I'm going to these mountains. I'm going to that.
What's that game? Snap it. Twist it.
Yeah, exactly. So it just depends. So for the most part, when I say that, it's me being like cute and romantic. Like, yeah, tonight's all about you. You know, tell me what you want me to do.
That bass in your voice.
But Felicia, sometimes, like, let's say you're that in tune with your partner, your spouse. And what I mean by that in tune, like, let's say you guys that means for what you want, we both have the similar interests. Or I just gotta know what you like. Like, for example, if I know you love Italian food, but I don't like Italian food, that means I gotta sacrifice what I want so you can get the food. So like, all right, so babe, hey, we're gonna go to Turn-Ons tonight. And you're like, oh, okay, babe, cool. Obviously, that's me making a sacrifice for you, because I don't like Italian food. But I'm doing it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what's gonna happen but that's the reason why I said, people ask, like, so what do you feel like you want? And you be like, oh, I want Turn-Ons. I kind of knew you was gonna say that. All right, cool, let's go to Turn-Ons. You know what I'm saying? But that's assuming that we both have the same. Now, if we both like Italian food, and then it's like, I'm gonna ask you, what do you want? Because this might be a Italian place that I like over yours.
That's hoping that you don't get no complicated ass spouse.
Right.
Because I'm real easy. Like, I'm real easy going. So I'm real chill. It don't really matter as long as it ain't like no foreign Japanese food or Asian cuisine. I'm not really big on Asian cuisine.
But that's not what
outside of that,
what Carl is saying though is, if you guys both have the similar interests, where let's say you and don't kill me on this, I'm just using these two places as examples. Mm-hmm. Let's say you like Olive Garden, he likes Buco de Beppos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If y'all both like Italian, and he's like, well, all right, babe, we going out. We going to Buco's. And you're like, I really don't want Buco's. Yeah. I'd rather go to Olive Garden. That starts an issue. Mm-hmm. Instead of me going, knowing that, okay, I know you like Olive Garden. I like Buco's. I like Buco's over Olive Garden. Babe, what you want for dinner?
And sometimes it's ask the question just to see if I feel like I've done a lot for you. Let's say this whole week we've been doing stuff that you wanted to do. Yeah. So I might ask you, hey, babe, what do you want to eat? And just to see if you're going to be like, well, let's go to Turn-Ons, because you know that's my favorite spot. Yeah. That's sometimes why I might ask that too.
Exactly.
That's why I think but that's where I guess compromise comes in. But that's like, again, I think that hopefully you ain't got no complicated ass spouse.
It comes into that fact of, like he's saying, if you have similar interests, like similar tastes in food, it's a respect thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Now we got to break it down for when you're first meeting somebody, because I notice when women first meet somebody, the first date or first few dates, and a guy asks, "Oh, what are you?" And if he gives, because I've asked this question, if I give you options, I've heard one go, "Oh, he doesn't know what he wants to do." It's like, that's not what it is. I'm being considerate to see, because I don't know you. I'm just now meeting you.
I personally don't like that though. Like if we just mean like, just pick a place. Right. Like don't ask, well, what do you want? And that's like, well,
right. If I pick a bar and you don't like to drink. If I pick a bar and you don't like to drink.
You got a bad eye.
But he doesn't know.
If you let me ask you a question, right? When you approaching a girl at the bar, right? Do you not have like a certain feel by watching her? You don't have like a certain feel.
You can't just stare at a woman all night, Felicia. Like
I'm not saying stare all night, but I'm just saying though.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like when you walking down the street, you see certain dogs. You know, like that motherfucking dog look like he bite. He look like if he get out the gate,
I think all dogs bite. So they got teeth.
You know what I'm saying? Versus some dogs, like you know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna answer both your questions.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna answer
perception.
I'm gonna answer both your questions real quick. If I see a woman at the bar, and I'm gonna walk up to her and talk to her. I'm going to do one or two things for the drink. I'm going to go, can I get you another one? She'll have another one. What was that again? Mm-hmm. Right. Because I'm going to find out what you drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm just gonna flat out ask you.
Yeah.
What you drinking? Let me get you another one.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Now, as far as me picking someplace for us to go out and I'm dating you, it's like our first and second date, we going where I want to go.
Right. Well, that's what
and that's what Jay was getting at.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at. It's like at the end of the day is now, especially when I was younger, I was like, oh, I'm trying to be considerate. I used to go, what do you like to do? And then I go, oh, I'll figure out something to do that way. Yeah. That's a way to get around asking her, what do you want to do?
And I'm going to pick one of my spots
that
I know serves a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
But see, I like to say, I like to leave it open, oh, it doesn't matter. And then to me, wherever he decides to take me tells me a lot about him.
Right. How he read you.
How he read you.
And a lot about him, too.
Because for me, when I take you on the first date, I'm showing you what I like to do. I picked this because I like to do this. Hopefully you like, I'm not going to just do something like I feel like she will never do. You know what I mean? But I'm picking something that like, I know I love doing this. Like for instance, like Carl, one of your first dates is like downtown Disney.
Yeah, because everything there.
Right, and you love Disney at the end of the day, right? Like, why not do the same thing at Universal City Walk?
Yeah,
you love Disney over Universal.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's so see, your first date is downtown Disney.
No, hold on. So let me put this better. But I'm gonna do this for you, okay? Because I know what you're trying to say, Felicia. Not trying to say. I know what you're saying, Felicia. The fact that we're skipping the fact that there's a whole conversation that goes on prior between the first initial time you meet the person till you go out on the date. And no, I'm not saying because if I just if I just meet a girl at the bar, obviously we're gonna exchange numbers, and hopefully by then we have talked on the phone. Yeah. And then you're kind of finding So if I find out, I have things in my head that I would like to do already. Yeah. Like if I'm going on a first date, we've talked for a little bit. If I see this girl likes to do things that are like, that's fun and stuff like that. So I might take her to a fun place like laser tag or like golf and stuff, or these are places I'll take if I knew you like doing fun things by feeling the conversation. But these are things, but I already have the places in my head because I know what they're like. I know, what's the feel is going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're a person that's like more laid back and casual, then I'm like, okay, in my head, I know a couple bars that are like laid back and casual, like a lounge type atmosphere. Yeah. So I have predetermined what kind of places I want to take you to already. So I understand. That's why I feel like you're meaning like, reading the person, but we already skipped that whole thing because we were like, no, we can go straight. Nah, well, we do have things in our mind that we want to take the women that we talk to in because we like them, and we feel that it might be a good fit for the situation. And at the end of the day, I know it's gonna sound funny, but if it doesn't work out, at least you're in the place that you like to be at. So
right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
See, I just like a man to know, like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up at 6:00 and we're gonna go to dinner.
And this is what Felicia wants. Felicia like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up at 6:00. I want you to wear a red dress with some nice heels. No, then he's like, oh, because I'm gonna take you to this factory. Oh, okay, I'm gonna wear this.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? Like, look, see, I mean, you're gonna wear this just because it may not be necessarily. I need you to wear this particular outfit, but put on a dress, put on something nice.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And some girls don't like being, surprised because I like surprising the women I'm with. Like, like they don't like being surprised. I'm like, even my girl now, like sometimes I'll be like, hey babe, we want to go out. She's like, where we going? I'm like, just be surprised. Like, just be surprised. Like, well, what do I have to wear?
I need to.
What do I need to put on?
Women,
all right,
as women too, it's a lot, and especially what I'm learning now too is to really relinquish, especially for Black women. We have to learn how to relinquish control and just go. And just flow. Because we're so used to a lot of times having to control having to control ourselves and be on the lookout of what environments we're in. You know what I'm saying? So we end up in a lot of situations where we get used to being in control. But those I'm learning to just let go of control. Like, I don't need it.
But that's what happens when you're dating a person that's like really independent. Like if you're dating a woman that's really independent, that aspect of letting go of control is hard.
But you could be independent and still. As a woman, you can be independent and you can still relinquish control when you don't need to be in that.
I can't answer that for women.
But most women don't.
Yeah, they don't.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And
I think relationships suffer because of that.
Well,
I think I think as a woman, you make life more difficult on yourself. Relationships become harder because, like, even in the relationships, I'm learning that, you know what I mean. It's easier with sometimes just going with the flow of what he wants to do.
True.
And not just.
Right.
fighting at every corner because it's hard. Because men are, for my belief system, men are the head. They're the lead. You know what I mean? It's easier to lead something that's not fighting you at every turn.
Kills. I know you got to get out of here, but what I was gonna say was
because I see you chomping at the bit.
Because I'm not gonna say it right. You two are more, into the verse than I am. You know what I mean? But I know it's somewhere in there where it's like women,
somewhere in there,
women to be is the helper, to the man. Yeah.
I don't like the way you just said that.
I understand, but that's the way it's written.
First of all, okay.
That is the way it's written in the Bible.
Okay, hold on. First of all, okay, listen to me. Ain't nobody your co-assistants. Okay, this is what y'all think. No, let me tell you what men get to doing.
No.
What y'all get to do.
No. I'm saying, but it says help. It says help. Be like you are, a helper.
A helper.
Yeah, a helper. You know what I mean? Was it treat your? I know you know what it is, but it says like treat your man as if he was the church. Right? It's something that lines.
And
to love. No, just say it. I don't know the verse all together, so just go ahead and say it. You know what I mean? But what is it? But what? No, Felicia. What is it?
He said, "What's the verse?"
What's the verse? Because it's something those lines.
Husband love your wives. Help me out, Kills.
I know Kills know because he teach Bible study class, so I know he know.
No, I don't teach Bible study class.
Oh, okay.
Husband love your wives. So
hold on.
Wait a minute.
No,
what is
no,
it?
Cause
women submit. I know women submit to your husbands.
Because it's a lot. And the thing is, it's a lot. Because you can't take a verse out of context without reading what's at the beginning and what's at the end of it.
Yeah.
But to paraphrase
the basis of it,
it is men, you are to cleave from your mother and father and cling to your wife. Love your wife as you would have loved your mother, I believe. But like I said,
I don't remember the mama part.
But see,
we all fell in Bible class.
Here's the thing.
But you know where I was going with that, Felicia.
Look, Felicia, you should want
women submit. It says women submit to your husbands, and husband love your wives as if they were the church. I believe. That's what I believe.
Yeah, but saying like that.
Say, but what Kills was saying, you do want your man to love you like he loves his mom, because most men are never going to disrespect their mom. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you meet a dude who's disrespecting his mom,
you don't need to be with that brother.
Either his mom was trash.
You still don't need to be with that brother.
Right.
Because you need to find yourself.
Yeah. So that's what it means when he says to love your...
Here's the funny thing about it, Jay, is the fact that she says she don't like how we interpreting that verse, but that's exactly what you're coming into.
No, but here's the thing, though. Okay? First of all, here's the thing.
I'm relinquishing control. That was your own words.
I am relinquishing control, but it's a partnership.
It is a partnership.
It's a partnership.
But he is the leader of the partnership. His name goes first Bill. Right? I'm just saying hypothetically.
Let me Yeah, he's leading.
And I'm gonna say this.
Leading.
I'm gonna say this, and Jay.
I'm picturing them.
And Felicia gonna find this funny because it's for them too.
Yeah.
But you kind of get it as a host. But it is on the marquee. His name is in big letters. Your name is in little letters.
Right.
That's the way. That's the way it.
I was gonna break it down like this.
But why can't they both be in big letters?
I was gonna say it like this. It's like if it's a lawyer's firm, right? It goes Jenkins and whoever.
Why can't they both be big letters? Because you gotta submit.
That doesn't have submission. Doesn't have anything.
Relinquish control, right? The reason why you have to relinquish control is a simple fact that a man can allow a man to be a man at times.
But here's my issue. Here's what my issue is with that. My issue is with that when as women, when we relinquish control, men lead us in the direction in which men are not being led by God. That's my issue. Just going on the spiritual side. Men are. I think it's like for me, like I would have an easier time submitting to a man that is led by God versus a man that is led by his own will. So a lot of the men that I haven't been able to submit to is because I don't trust your ability to drive, because you're driving yourself. You're not being driven by something big, a purpose bigger than you, nor a God bigger than you.
That means you
just driving and you just taking a drive down South Central, and I don't know where the fuck that's going to end up at.
You know what that means? That means you chose a brother that wasn't believing in God in the first place. You chose
exactly.
So why did you choose to?
No, that's not true. No, that's not true. Because I've chosen men that do believe believe in God, but they're still driven by themselves. And they're still driven by their insecurities. They're still driven by their idea of success. They're still driven by the things that they want to do. And they've never really fully checked in with themselves. Is that my purpose? Most people haven't even checked in to ask that question.
This is true.
Humans in general, they just, you know what? I'm good at cooking. I'm going to be a cook.
See, I'm just the opposite. I'm good at cooking, but
bake my way
I don't have the patience to be a chef.
Right.
To be an actual cook, and that be my profession.
But men also don't like, for example, Will and Jada. I've used Will and Jada before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like as a partner, it's like I'm not comfortable as a partner with me just fulfilling my purpose and me just being happy and you being my assistant. Like, I want to make sure that you doing your best and you doing your purpose too, and that all your gifts is being utilized too. And a lot of the times, listen, you see the finger movement, so you know it's serious. And a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, men are comfortable with having secretaries. And they're comfortable with a woman just assisting them in their dream, and they don't pour nothing back. They don't think about, you know what is she good at? How can she be the best version of herself? They just
Felicia, for that to happen, the woman has to have a dream first. She has to have a dream first. And she's not, if a woman's leading by her dream, then the two shall meet. For example, if we're going to do celebrity examples, we go with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. You know, Gabrielle Union was on the not X Factor, but she was on not The Voice, America's Got Talent,
right?
And then here comes Wade to help support her on that show by being a guest host on the show. You know, that she brought on the show.
See, I agree with that.
I understand what you, but I'm saying we understand what you mean. That doesn't
But you see how he doesn't. But you see how he doesn't drag her behind him.
Right. I understand that.
I understand that.
But she assists him naturally in whatever needs she do. I'm sure.
But wait a minute. You also have to look in consideration. She had drive before him.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
He had drive before her.
Yeah.
Right. And
their drive drives each other now.
Right.
Yeah.
But even with
wait a minute. But then you have some people out there and it goes both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
It goes, I'm not saying it's women. I'm not saying it's men. It's both sides of the coin. You have people out there who have just enough drive to say, I want to meet this person, and this person is going to do.
Basically,
and I'm going to help that person.
Basically, if this is the asset of a car, the man should always be the person behind the wheel. His wife or his spouse should be the one right next to her on the right hand side. Navigator right there. There's some motherfuckers that want to stay in the back seat and be driven. I know what you're talking about, and that's the people that we're not like. We're understand like. Yeah, like we know there's people like that. We know there's men like that, but there's some women like that as well that are they relinquish control too much.
But also
too soon.
But let me tell you what my issue. This one guy that I actually was in love with, and my issue was this: like I was willing to relinquish control. I was willing to relinquish control, but here's my issue with now. He wanted to lead, but he wanted to lead me to the version of myself that would most benefit him.
But see,
okay,
and his vision in his head for family. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm trying to say.
Not because it was what was best for me or the unit. Just this is best for you and your picture and what you're trying to do.
But see, in his mind, what's best for you is the best version of him.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
But wouldn't you say the best version of him is the best version of you? Would be what you would picture? Because that's ultimately why you broke up with him because your version of him wasn't lining up with
was his version. I knew where he was trying to get to, and I was comfortable and confident at. But what I wasn't comfortable and confident in is in the fact that I didn't know if my best interest was at hand for me, or if it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to learn karate because I got this plan ahead of time that I want to open this karate studio.
Okay, so
you know
what I'm saying is, so for you, was he putting down your dreams, or like he was like, nah, you shouldn't do that because it's not lining up with?
No, he wasn't putting them down.
Or
but
not even necessarily putting them down, like just like, yo, you gonna do that again?
He was trying to steer me in a direction that, because he went, for example, one of it was, you know what I mean? Hopefully he
hey, if he on, he on.
Well, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know his name.
He an ex for a reason.
But, but it was like, like I had plans on, like, I wanted to, I wanted to go back to Europe. He was like, no, yes, you need to go back to America. Why? Because you want to go?
Okay.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like.
But that's not.
because you want to go. That's what my issue is, that sometimes men can be very selfish and self-centered in a sense of not considering women.
Okay.
And that happens a lot. Men get goal blind.
But now let me ask you this. You said he felt that you should go back to America and not to Europe.
Yeah.
You felt that he was saying that because he wanted to go to America.
Yes.
Okay. But once you get both to America, what is the standard at that point?
Well, to me, that was it. To me, it didn't matter. To me, it was the fact that you're trying to deter me away from where I want to be.
But what he didn't say you had to stay in America. He said you needed to go back to America.
And here's the thing. This is the other thing I think you're not considering either, too, Felicia, is the fact that just because, okay, he might have had a dream and vision prior to you guys being together that he wanted to do, and if he was to, you wouldn't have known anything until you. I'm gonna use the word, but I'm sorry because I don't know other word to submit to what he was trying to do. I'm sorry. Hold on. I know it sounds bad. You know,
I know.
But what I'm saying is the fact that how do you know, like, once I got on, I'm gonna get you on, like a Kevin Hart situation. Like Kevin Hart had to get big. He had to do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Woman,
and then he put on what's the woman that just Tiffany Haddish. He's like, well, let me get big, let me get on, you're right, and I got you. You know what I mean? And now let's do this together. Now his current wife, I bet you can't tell him what she does for a living. No, you can't. Exactly. Yeah. Right? So his current wife's dream and vision might have been to be a housewife or whatever the case may be or whatever, like, but still allow him to be who he is. I just use Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart as the example because one person had to get on and accomplish their dreams so they can bring the next person on. Or like, come on, baby, I got you now. Let's go.
Let's do this. Let's keep Kevin Hart as an example, and let's use his current wife and his ex-wife. Let's take both of them. Mm-hmm. Kevin Hart had to get somewhere, and clearly his ex-wife didn't make it with him. I don't know the reason why, but
when he get on, he gonna leave.
But we don't know that. We don't know if that's the reason. I mean, partially.
But most of the time, I mean, you can see it when black men get on, they like to get their last little trophy.
Well, listen, but let's just use this for an example, right? He's trying to get on, and he has to go out every night and perform.
Mm-hmm. He's got to grind.
I got to grind. I have to grind hard. That's hard to do when you're the spouse, because you're like, yo, I need you here. But you're not being this guy that I want. He's like, I can be this guy once I get to this position. You just have to ride with me. Mm. Now, she fell off. Arguments, all kind of stuff. Now he done went off and did other things. You know what I mean? Messed the relationship up further.
And got there.
And then, but he still got there. Mm-hmm. And then they fell off. And now he picked up somebody else who came in at the tail end of him grinding. Mm-hmm. And so now he's like, babe, whatever it is you want to do, I got you because I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can just be husband and wife because I'm there. In the mind, I still got to grind. But you know that because I'm where I'm at. Mm-hmm. Or you want your own business? Mm-hmm. Got you. I'm there. I can spot you that money. Boom.
And the funny thing is, you always use Will and Jada, as a example. And Will, I mean, at the time was, making big moves, when he first was with Jada, you know what I mean? And they got a family, you know what I mean? And so she decided to take a backseat to it and help boost his career by help stay at home with the kids, do whatever needs to be done, show up to the premieres.
But even still, she had her own, so she had been her own rock band. Yeah. So I'm sure he was like, yo, do your thing. Doing her own movies, TV shows, producing all kind of stuff. So
and that's why when Felicia brought it up, I tried to step away from the celebrity thing.
Yeah.
And I was just concentrating on what she was saying.
Yeah.
Because in a celebrity situation, you have that Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union thing. You both have an equal grind.
Yeah.
And if their grinds don't meet, then you don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But in your situation, your whole thing was you want me to go back to America so you can come to America. But you never looked past that.
Right.
You never look to where, okay, if
Well,
I
I
go
didn't
back-
trust. I didn't trust the intention.
Right.
Right.
But why didn't you?
It's mainly intuition.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As a woman, just like as a woman, you know when
But
you know when a man loves you versus when he's.
But a woman's intuition is not 100%.
Mine is.
You can honestly say that.
I can honestly say that.
You can honestly say
120%.
your intuition's
So
100%.
you better than Eve.
100%.
You better than Eve.
So let me ask you this.
You better than Eve.
You left Europe
Uh-huh.
to go to Ghana, right?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because I knew that was the next step. God told me that Ghana was next.
God told you Ghana was next?
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to get back to Europe. But you still had to come home first.
Yeah.
So should you have left Europe at all?
Oh yeah. I had to. I knew that Ghana was the next step.
Okay.
I knew that Ghana was the next step. But it's just
all I'm saying is, not if that's your purpose, as we use, if that's your purpose.
But it's a lot of things. But women's intuition is real strong. That should be a whole podcast.
Women's intuition is not 100%.
Right.
To me,
there's different things.
The way I've seen women who saying
intuition and discernment. I'm gonna say intuition and discernment. Intuition is your knowledge based off of past experiences. You notice you notice familiar behavior, or you've been in that experience. You know what I mean? You was raised in the hood, so you got certain intuition about certain things because you was raised around it. So it's based off of previous experience. Discernment is being able to kind of identify. It's a deep thing, but it's being able to identify certain behavior, certain spiritual activity going on with other people. So when you have both of those, then your ability to discern where a person is and their intentions and all that is pretty accurate. If you're maturing it, the women's intuition, there's a difference between being intuitive and being like, you know what, he's doing something or something ain't right with him, versus your insecurities creating scenarios that don't exist.
Can I ask you something, Felicia?
Yeah.
That's the last thing I ask because I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Is do you think men have 100% intuition?
I think evolved men do. Men that are they you need both. You need spiritual discernment and you need intuition. So I think men that have both of those, they can be equally as
intuitive.
Equally as intuitive and discerning.
So like when a guy asks you what do you want to do, and he's like already kind of knows that you want to do something else, and so he's like, I'm being intuitive.
Yeah, I knew he was waiting. See how he set that up. See how he set that up.
That's what I did.
I saw
see how he set that up.
I saw it coming from when he started.
Yeah. I see how you do that.
Yeah, because he's
but
being
it depends
intuitive.
but at the same time, though, it depends on, and that's the part that I think that I didn't mention, is that it does depend on the dynamics of the relationship. It does depend on who you're dealing with, because you got some spouses, you know what I mean. You got some men that'll be like, you know what, I'll be like, well, where you going? It don't matter to me. Well, I don't know. You choose that. Just pick a place.
Yeah. Once
you know
a woman says
like,
that, they're like, all right, cool. You should. I'm like,
yeah, you know what I mean. So it depends.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean. But for most men, it's like, well, you pick something, and she like, but I don't want that. See, I'm not like that. It's like if you ask me, you know what I want, and you say like, hey, well, babe, what you want to eat? Because I don't really know. Well, let's go here. You know what I mean? I'm real simple, and I'm not gonna make things super complicated, and I compromise. It is not. I pretty much like all kinds of food, so I'm not gonna really. It's not a big deal to me. Like I have to do it my way. You know what I mean?
Well, no, and that wasn't what I was getting at when I made that kind of scenario. Because, like you said, you don't like Japanese food.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
But if me and you were, say, a second, third date, and I'm the kind of person that wants you to try something new.
Yeah. And I would. I'd be like, all right.
And I say,
just no sushi. Like work with me, please. Like, just no sushi.
But see, he might go, it's cooked.
Mm.
It's sushi, but it's cooked.
Sushi is cooked.
Yeah.
Sashimi
well,
is
you better wrap that motherfucker in a piece of chicken.
But no, like my wife, prime example, my wife does not like sushi. She tried it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
She tried it. You know what why she doesn't like sushi? Because she doesn't like the seaweed that's in it.
Got it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's why I don't like it.
But we went to Benihana's, and I got the tempura roll.
Mm.
Shrimp is fried.
Mm-hmm.
No seaweed.
Mm-hmm.
She loves it.
Yeah.
So then I go.
But see, that's smarter you'll be happy, because you were like, you know, you don't like it, but why is it that you don't like it? And you took the time to really ask questions and to think about it and to think of an alternative. Most men don't do that.
If we don't go, I know you don't like Japanese food. I know you don't like sushi.
But I think you'll like this.
But try this.
Yeah.
If we don't do that, then we still don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know, Because,
but see, that's good leadership. But see, even like that, right, with that situation, and that's good leadership because that's like, for example, right, if the guy would have been like, you know what, I know that you want to go here, but this is what I'm thinking about. That's good leadership and good communication skills. I know you don't want to go here, but this is why I'm saying this because this is and that. I know what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, and I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? So it's the ability to be able to ask questions and to be able to communicate at the same time and be intuitive as well, which is a really unique factor that not a lot of men have, which is why a lot of women don't really trust being led.
But the problem is, if not for me saying, babe, try this.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that our scenario is different because you've tried Japanese food, right?
Yeah, and I'd be like,
But see, my wife had never tried sushi. She had never had it. And like most people, she confuses sushi with sashimi.
Shit, I don't know the difference. I never even heard of sashimi.
Sashimi. Okay, you know when you go to this place and they got the rice and then the tuna sitting on top of the rice?
Okay.
That's sashimi because that tuna is raw.
Okay.
Most sushi is either steamed or cooked some way. Then it's placed into, or it's imitation. Like you get a California roll. It's imitation crab meat with vegetables, avocado, rice, and then it's wrapped in sushi. Wrapped in seaweed. That's sushi. That's not cooked. That's cooked. Sashimi is the raw stuff.
Oh, no, I don't want no raw fish. No.
But actually, raw fish is actually better, depending on the fish, is better for you than the cooked fish.
Yeah.
Health-wise. Health-wise. So, just letting you know that my wife had never tried sushi at all and kept telling me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. How do you know?
Yeah.
So I had to go, you know what? Fuck this. Just try it. It's free. Try it.
Put that in your mouth, girl.
Right.
But
that takes her to have to follow in his lead and go, all right, let me try this.
Yeah.
Like, let me
but
try
because of the
communication,
communication, I would try it. Which makes a big difference.
all right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about communication.
It is.
Yeah,
But
It all comes down to that.
oh, sorry.
Me. She's killing me over here.
Sorry.
You're still loud as fuck.
Turn her mic down,
Bust all
bro.
our eardrums.
She's number 4. Number 3.
Oh, number 3? My bad.
Okay,
Shit.
sorry. Okay, retake. Can we go back like 30 seconds? Okay, boom, rewind, pause, back. Okay,
Ain't no
it's all
editing
about communication.
This is all raw.
It's all about communication. But this has been an amazing show. We talked about likes and dislikes.
We talked
Any
about
final
everything.
word? We talked about everything. We talked about sushi and communication. Listen, what's up? Any final words on?
Likes, dislikes, and everything else.
Yeah.
Um, I guess it just be you gotta be open. Be open from the get go. Even if you're in a dating process or about to date somebody, have that conversation with people.
Be
Prior.
yourself.
Just be yourself.
Be
But I
you.
think you gotta learn how to ask hard questions. And even though, like for myself, don't think they're hard questions. Some people might find them hard questions. It's like, hey, what do you like? What do you dislike? What are your intos and all that stuff? You still gotta have that conversation. And every man, well, to a certain degree, is similar in their likes as far as I would say physical. I guess to a certain degree.
Right.
But other than that, I say just be open.
Something I didn't get a chance to say, which plays a part to what we're saying. Men normally like you, you know what I mean, when it comes to physical. When we meet you, we don't mind you gaining weight. We don't mind you losing weight. That's a common misconception. Women think like, oh, I gained weight, he ain't gonna like me. No, you just got a certain amount of
Weight to gain.
weight to gain. Yeah, you can't. 50 pounds over, you pushing it. 50 pounds under, you pushing it.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it goes both ways. But no, just be yourself, love who you are, be comfortable in your skin. Also, let the man lead sometimes. Look straight at you.
Go ahead, Kills. Go ahead.
I thought we was wrapping this up.
Yeah, go ahead, Kills.
I can follow.
Likes and dislikes. You know what you like. You know what you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Be open and honest, and that's both sides of the coin. If if you open and honest, and the person you looking to get into a relationship with is open and honest, then you shouldn't have a problem. You should know right away.
Yeah.
You know, if this person's for you.
Yep.
You know, Jay and Carl over there got weight issues, but you know that's something else.
It's not like super weight issues. Nah.
I'm
a real man don't care. I'm telling you right now. Listen.
You know, I've gone through the spectrum, and you know, like I said, I don't want a thin woman. I don't want a woman that if she lays on me, I can't see me. You know.
Yeah. See, that's all we're saying.
Pretty much what they saying. They don't.
That's pretty much what we're saying.
But when I'm not no slender reed either.
In excess.
You know, but it is what it is. You know, like I said, opening my statement, be honest and open about it. Tell the person what you do and don't like. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah.
My final words is gonna be: you will always attract your equal. So don't. If you're not at your evolved state, be careful what you're attracted to. If you are at your evolved state, stay open. And if you're not in your evolved state, then reach higher than where you are. Or you may find confidence wherever you at and go get it.
Or you may actually be sent.
Listen, that's a poem.
You may actually be sent that person to evolve them.
That's a point too.
Wow.
And the church said, amen. We're going to pass the collection plate now. Thank you guys for hanging out with us at Dish the Dirt Podcast. I've been your special host for the night. F to the E to the L to the, you get it.
I actually like that. That was pretty funny. And I've been CJ.
I've been Jeremiah J. White.
And I've been Joe Kill, keeping it real.
And gonna love on your lover tonight. Hey.